Seventh-day Adventist Chartered University, and this university was established as a monument of Christian education and still remains to be excellent in service. In this university, every year we receive different students, but there is one that remains and takes care of the leadership of the university, and that's the Vice Chancellor. After a period of time, the General Conference with the union and the divisions collaboration, they appoint the Vice Chancellor that qualifies to lead the university according to the standards of AAA and the National Council of Uganda. And so this university, for the years that we have had, 12 years, we were privileged to have the Vice Chancellor's name is Professor Patrick Manu. And so today, we want to hear his few words about his leadership in Bugema University. But if you don't know about Bugema University, here is where you can study different courses. If you want to be a nurse, you can be available here and you get your course. They offer business administration, social sciences, like social work, development studies. We have theology, and we also have IT. There are many courses here that you can do. The best thing is to go to the website and get those details. But today, we want to talk specifically with Professor Patrick Manu, how he came to Bugema University and how his experience has been here. And now that he's leaving Bugema University, what could be his last words to give Bugema University?
Thank you, Dr. Anyona, and your team for being in this office at this time. You have said it all. I am Patrick Manu, and more than the professorship, I want people to know me as a pastor, as an ordained minister of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
That's true.
Because that is who I am. I combine both. And as you said, I'm from Ghana, particularly from the central part of Ghana. That is the Ashanti region, and then Kumasi, where I really come from. You have said much about my education. About the first appointment that I got was to be at Spicer Adventist University. That time, it was Spicer Memorial College, where I worked with my wife for 13 years. Okay, beginning as an instructor to assistant professor, associate professor, and then finally as a professor. And then I also held many positions in the same institution as the head of many departments, about 2-3 departments, and then became the dean of the School of Education, and then as the research director of the same institution. Then later became the principal of the College of Education, which is still affiliated to Manu University, one of the biggest universities in India. And so, as you said, I have my wife is from India, Mrs. Manu, who is also an educationist, especially the children preschool, and then also with a master's in sociology, with the 2 children. One is a pilot in South Africa, and the other one is now the chief medical director of the Florida Adventist Hospital, where he's working with the wife, who is also a nurse. And God has blessed us with a grandchild who is a year old, and we love this family. So we just came here after the GC has directed that Bugema University needs the leadership. And that is how we were transferred here to work. And then we arrived at precisely, I think, June 23rd, and that is 2008. And we have been here since then.
Sure. Now, Professor Patrick Manu, when he arrived in Bugema, there is a shape that he found in Bugema. We'll take you a tour a little bit to Bugema University's look during that time. A few photos that you will see. But I remember in the interaction we had with Professor Manu last time, he said that when he reached Bugema University, it was just like a glorified high school. I want him to explain how this was evident in terms of its infrastructure, in terms of its manpower and laborers and all this. How did you find Bugema University in your entry?
Dr. Nona, it's something which needs about, I mean, I took 3 hours to describe how I found the place. First of all, when I came to the airport, I was met by the then acting Vice Chancellor, that is Pastor Adilichi. He was there, a kind man with a team, Mr. and Mrs. Cheslin, and then Mr. Nyanze. They were the people who came to meet me at the airport. So when I got down, I had never come to Bugema before. I didn't know about it. I just read about it in the internet. So when we arrived, I came with my wife and my second boy, who is a pilot now. So we got out and then we were met by Pastor Alidechi with a bouquet of flowers, very kind of him. And then so we just got down to the place where the vehicle was parked. And it was quite disappointing because it was a blue van, an old blue van, I said, from there only, I saw that we were in trouble. That it's a van coming to pick the designated Vice Chancellor family, and then I said, man, that I kept quiet possibly. I thought that the VC's car is for repairs or something.
And I think from the mindset of Agra, where you did your PhD, and you see how the Vice Chancellors are being treated, they are like government officials with big vehicles and some bodyguards. And you wonder.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then even Spicer.
Even in Spicer, yes.
The president is treated. But then I said, no, let us go. And so we came. We were on the road. I think the first church I saw was Nyanyana Bumbi Church. They said, as Adelechi told me, that is one of the best churches here.
Okay.
And so we strolled down, and then we passed Kampala, and then we came to another road. I said, no, this is another problem. Okay. The road was bad. And then we reached Gayaza. Oh, it was bad. It took us almost from the airport to this place. It took us about 5 to 6 hours.
What normally nowadays we take 1.5 hours.
Yeah. It was very bad. So when then we came, we were just coming, and then when we reached Bugema, we were just there. We didn't know where we were going. So the van just branched, through a small gate.
Okay.
This is a small gate. It was just hanging, and they have written BU. So I knew that I think this is the place. And so the first person I met was Majority, the chief security officer. He saluted me at the gate. I said, this is the place. And then as the van moved to a guest house, he followed us running. That was very touching. So we entered the guest house. They got our things, few things that we came with. And then Pastor Adidichi prayed for us and with us, and then left us. And then the chief security, Marguerite, said, please, if you need anything, I am around. I will just help you. And then so that is how we arrived.
Working with people has different experiences because we come from different cultures, different countries, different upbringings. We are not the same. We are educated people, different mindsets. And for you to bring them together, you really need not only a tact, but also a blessing, a talent. And Professor Patrick Manu, you have been working with many workers here. You are a CEO of a university that has hundreds and hundreds of workers. How have you managed the leadership? If you could say, what were the best moments in your service here, and what were the worst moments in your service here? Those two, I think, during your experience at work here.
Well, thank you. I believe that everybody has his or her own temperament, capabilities, and abilities. But I also have this idea that if you cannot change somebody, you have to change yourself. That is why I initially said that I can even work with the devil. because you can't change him. So you have to get a way around it. That if I cannot change this person, how do I work with this person? Also, you have to know that you also, as a leader, you have your deficiencies. But people try to cope up with you. And so what I have done, or what I usually do is that if I see that this person is like this, I ask myself, how can I deal with this person this way? Okay, not to force that person to change, because the person is made that way. And so you try to, that is what has really helped me. I don't try to change people, but I try to change myself to deal with them, okay, the way they are, the way they are. And so if you do that, they know that you have accommodated them, and as time goes on, they will also try to accommodate or adjust to you. And many people have come to this office very much annoying. For instance, there was a lady who went to the business office and they needed money to pay the children's fee. And then when she went there, it was not signed. They told her, it is long ago. That was about almost 10 years ago. Okay. And so the lady just came to my office. Then I started shouting as if it's only VC. Okay. And she threw the paper there, the requisition, that you people are not good. See how you are treating me. Then I kept my cool. Then I continued to do my work. Then after that, and she was almost crying. Then I said, woman, what is the problem? Have I offended you? You people are not good. I said, what is the problem? Then she gave me the requisition again. I looked at her, and I looked at it, and the amount was about 200 something. Okay. And that time, that day, God, when you get up in the morning, ask God to give you the resilience as a leader to face all these situations. If not, you become wild. And so what I did was, I looked at the requisition, and luckily enough, God prepares you for eventualities. The previous day, somebody has sold brought money for me. The person was selling my books, Living Without Tears, and the person had brought me 500. I remember, and I've kept it in the drawer. So I just opened the drawer, and I gave the woman 200. Okay. And I said, "You leave your position here. We will score it out." The woman left. No, thank you, nothing. She left the requisition and left. Then I called my secretary and I said, please, this requisition, when you get the money, give it to me. Okay. You see, and I think from that time on, the woman saw that I am a different person. Okay, because I had come that time, possibly she did not understand me, and she was thinking that life has become tough because of this, because this man came. You know, so you have to deal with people at that level, at their own level. Sure. You see, at their own level. And I think that has helped me. And you also ask about my best time. Yes. My best time on this campus. My best time in Uganda on this campus is when the president of Uganda recognized my service. Sure. That is 2011. And then during the Independence Day, awarded me a medal. That was a very highlight. Not for me alone, but for the church, and also for the university. And that is the picture I have there. I always keep this picture, which I will take. Yeah. You know, that is the picture that I have. And that really brought Bugema up. When the name was mentioned, yes. It was something. So that was one of the highlights for the institution, that Bugema University Vice Chancellor is recognized by the President of Uganda. And then other highlights, you know, there are many, but I just want to mention a few. Like another thing that really thrilled my heart, another incident that thrilled my heart was when the first nursing students landed on this campus. Okay. That was my joy. I'm telling you, I didn't express it, and I have not expressed it to anyone. But I'm expressing it today. When I saw them in their uniforms,
The nursing students.
After we have worked so hard. Oh, I said, what a joy to see them. I just stood here and started watching them, watch them. Then when the theology building was completed,
the theology,
I can't forget that. I cried that day, that to see how people love me and to donate money. Then when the auditorium for worship was completed,
the big auditorium
was completed, and tiled, and then when it may be a small thing, when this baptistry was also completed.
Okay.
Because I thought that spirituality, when somebody enters the campus, the person has marks of spirituality. Where the people worship,
that's true,
where they baptize, and then the theology building. That has been my this year match, to show that this school has not forgotten the foundation of our education.
Sure.
That is spirituality.
Thank you very much.
And then you also said my sad,
Yeah.
my sad, the sad incidents. I always feel bad when I don't pay my teachers on time.
Okay.
Honestly, I sit here, I ask, are they paid? No. What is happening? It really disturbs me. And then secondly, on the part of the students, when their grades are not submitted.
Grades are not submitted.
This too really brings my spirit low. And I will not tell you what has happened in this office, that I go beyond my duty as the VC. And then even I bypass the DVC academics, and I call those teachers and I scold them here that you can't do that. That students have paid their money, they have taken exams, and you are keeping their grades. And many people have run to submit the grades, which are just there. So I think these two really put me off. I wish I could give the teachers their salary on the 24th, 25th, and then I am okay. Or even to pay more, because what teachers are getting is not actually what they are working for. And so these are things that at times, things that bring my spirit low. Apart from that, I don't think there's any major thing that really breaks my back.
You have mentioned about a few achievements, like you have mentioned about the baptistry, which you have a good history about it. You may mention a little bit again. You have mentioned about the auditorium. You have mentioned about the theology building. Apart from this, or with this, can you try to help us see the achievements? What have you achieved in your 12 years of stay in Bugema University? I think it is better to elaborate in detail.
No, okay. It's glory be to God. It is not, as I say, it is at times when something is accomplished, I don't even know how it was accomplished. For this big auditorium, many people said, even white people, friends, whenever they came and saw, they told me, Patrick, this is impossible to complete.
Okay.
But Pastor Rancha and others, we will go there and pray for the place. So how it was completed, you were not here. How it was completed, you don't know. It just came. And we didn't borrow money for it. It's from the operations.
Okay.
It's from our operations. And then this theology building, I just appealed to Dr. Raj. Dr. Raj, when I was in the US one time, he said he talked to Dr. Rancha. I said, let's put our heads together. It happened. It happened. Then when I came, that was the time we were completing the other part of the clinic, the health center, from the money that was given to us by the General Conference. Okay. And then when I went to the US the other time 2 years ago, I appealed to Columbia Union Conference. He said, fortunately, the treasurer of the conference is a Ghanaian.
Okay.
So when I talked with him, he said, oh, we'll give you money to finish the other side. And immediately he sent the money to complete the other side of the health center, which is now completed and going to be inaugurated. Then we also have The girls' hostel. The girls' hostel, only the middle one was there.
Okay.
The other two this way was money donated to me by the government through a friend in the government.
Okay.
We lobbied for it, and then they released the money. And then we built those two hostels. And then, of course, where the nurses are now, was also money that was donated.
The School of Nursing.
The School of Nursing presently, that was also something that was donated. And then the two agricultural buildings, also another thing. And then, of course, to tire the small auditorium, to repair the buildings. And then what the gift I gave to the union is the Kampala campus.
Kampala campus.
Okay, the Kampala campus, when we came, there was nothing. And so we initiated, because we needed a campus there.
Yes.
But you see, it's not wise to rent an apartment or a place. And when I came, they used to have it in a guest house at the union. And I said, guys, this is not the best way to go. So they had initiated for getting a loan. I said, no, we have to go about it. So we got a loan from Oyuko Credit. And then, you see, as a leader, you must be smart. Because to start a building, you see our science building. See, if I had a place, I would have bought. It's not, you need to be smart. So that time I was quite new, I couldn't understand the dynamics of the place. And so I said, and immediately we received the loan, as if God was protecting me. Barclays Bank made an advert for that building.
Okay. Where we now presently are.
What we are now. And that was 1.2 billion or something. And then I think we took 1.5 billion or something from Oyuko Credit, that is a Netherlands credit union, with a very small interest rate. And so immediately I told the guys, we are buying this building. So John Bazara brought it. And then we made the papers and we bought it for 1.2, I remember, billion. And then we started renovating. Okay, it was 6th floor, but they asked us to knock off the 6th because the building was getting weak. So they said, knock it off. So we knocked it off. And then we changed the place. It was a hostel. So then we turned the whole thing to Kampala campus. Now, within 5 years, we paid off the loan.
We paid off the loan.
We paid off the loan. So it is our property. Then we bought the other side, so that we could occupy the whole place. So it is our property. We can sell it today for about 4 billion or something. And then another thing, the first thing that I did, or we did, okay, I should not take the credit for myself. The first thing that we did was, when I landed here, the road was bad.
The road was bad. From Gayaza to Zirogwe.
But God was so kind. When I landed, within 6 months, they started making the road.
Wow.
I said, God, I think you want me to stay here. And then so the road was bad. But I came here and I saw that the students, few students, that time there were 800 students. I asked myself, how do these students go out? Nothing. We had only one van.
One van. The blue one.
Yeah, and that was for the VC. That was for the VC. And so I said, no. And so we started, they said, what is your plan? I said, we need a bus. And so we went to many places for the loan to the banks. One time we went, they had initiated, they were trying to get another loan. So when I came, I said, let's push this loan. We pushed. DFC, is it DFCU? DFCU, the bank. They came, they said, no, you people, you are 800 students. Look at your compound. How can we give you a loan to buy a bus? So we went off and on. And that time people were saying, what people were saying about me was, this VC who came, he doesn't even stay in the office. Okay. You see, but they didn't know what I was doing.
You never sat here in the
No,
office?
No, early morning I am out.
Fishing
yes, you need to. I mean, you need to talk with politicians, talk with people. Yes, because the church leaders, what do they have? You have to go outside.
That's true.
Lobby.
That's true.
And so, one time I went, then they said that, no, we are not giving you anything. If you know you need a bus, we cannot give you. I said, God, no, these people cannot defeat me. So I said, can I see the manager, the general manager? I said, the girl went in and came and said, she told me the manager is busy. I said, no, but if possible, I want to see before I go. So she saw that I was quite stubborn, and as a gentleman, with John Bazara. So after she went in again and told the man that the guy will not go.
Yeah, he's here.
He wants to see you.
Stubborn.
Yes. So we sat for about 30 minutes. After that, I said, please come and wait. And when I entered the office, I saw the name on the table.
Okay.
I said, this is God sent. So I started. I greeted him. He responded, and I looked at the man. Then I said, excuse me, manager, please don't mind. We are from where? He said, why are you asking that question? And he was also asking me.
Okay.
Then I said, no, please, this is just a question.
A friendly question.
A friendly question. And he said, I'm from Ghana.
What the coincidence?
I said, I ask you. I said, I suspect you too. I said, yes, I'm also from Ghana. So we turned into our language.
Wonderful.
So he said, why? What is it? What brought you? So we were speaking our own dialect. So he said, okay. He called the secretary to ask the person who is dealing with with us to bring the file. So he went to the file, and then he said, okay, you need a bus. Yes. What kind of bus? I said, the best is Scania bus. He said, fine. Would you mind if we buy it for you and we keep the papers?
Okay.
If you cannot pay, we come and take the bus.
Okay.
And then, so it will be 50-50. Nobody loses. I said, fine. That was going to be our graduation. So I had just come. That was going to be our graduation. And so, one time, they called John Bazara and I that your bus is ready. It is in Kenya. It will zoom in. Okay, this week, and then it will be here, and then you go and see everything, the Bugema, everything they have just finished here. But we will not give you the papers.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
As long as the bus is there, that's fine.
And so it was on that graduation Friday, that is the consecration day, and I remember very well that day, Pastor Moses Maka was the one who was appointed the speaker.
Okay.
And we asked the bus to come through the gate. And that was a big day for Bugema.
Sure.
That was a big day for Bugema. In fact, the time he came, the preaching was almost finishing. But people did not even wait to listen to the conclusion. They were so excited, the students. In fact, that bus, they call it Manu's bus. You see, that was the first gift.
Okay.
And so within 3 years, we paid off. And then got our papers. And then we have bought this second one because we felt that the nurses also need.
They need the bus.
Yes, we paid off that one also. We paid off. And so I think these are a few of them.
And the small vehicle for the Chancellor.
The vehicle for the Chancellor.
Yeah,
and then,
so that now it doesn't go to the blue.
Yeah, we have 3 vans.
Yeah.
3 vans that we have bought. 2 are here, 1 is in the garage. So we are okay. That is only for this kind of things that we bought. But apart from that, programs have been developed. Departments have been added.
Sure.
God has done a lot. God has done a lot.
Professor Patrick has rightly pointed out that a person goes to a place not to live forever and achieve everything, but at least to do something, to leave a mark, an impact, a contribution, which for sure he has done. His exit from Bugema University comes at a time that I'm not sure whether everybody welcomes it. But of course, after serving 12 years, it is the right time for him to go. I don't know what's his opinion. I would like to ask, Professor, where are you going and what can you tell us about, a little bit about where you are going? I know you have gone there, you have seen the place, just a little bit of a gist of what you are going.
As you rightly said, you don't go to a place and stay forever. Because as you stay there, you need to develop people. And you cannot develop people when they don't have anything to do.
Sure.
You have to develop people so that they can also take up the mantle when those who have been there before, they leave. Okay, that is number one. And then number two is, and my adage, again, the West Africans will like proverbs and adages. In my adage, it is said that when water stays in the container for a long time, it stinks.
Did you hear that? Let's repeat that one. When water stays in a container for a long time,
it stinks.
Now he is the water. If he stays in Bugema for too long a time, more than this.
Yes, and then another adage which is even more interesting is that when a bird stays on a tree for a long time, it gets a stone.
I think I did something like
that's okay. And so, when you go to a place, you just live at a time when people feel that they need you.
Before we get fed up.
We got to get fed up, You start fighting, people start disrespecting you, and some of them will say, what is he doing there for a long time? And then, there are some people who need to stay in the place also. Okay, they are groomed and they feel that they also have to develop. And so I always I've done that. I always give chances to people. I always give chances to people. So this going is not something that is not thought about. I should have left long time. In fact, about almost 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, to Seychelles Adventist University of Madagascar. And then another opportunity came to Baraton, if I could also go there some time back. And then other places. But I felt that I had not finished the work here. And then I feel that the time has come for you people want me to stay on for some time, but I think this is the right time for somebody also, because I feel that the person who will come after me will not have many of the challenges that we faced when I came first. And so I think that anybody who comes with the support of the team, it can move the place ahead. Now, they have asked me, the two unions in Tanzania through the division and then to the GC, they have asked me. It was a request. It's a long time request, about 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Please come to this place and help. Just like Paul was asked to go to Macedonia. Said, please come over and help us. And so the work of God increased in that place.
Sure.
And so when brothers and sisters feel that a person is needed in a place who can contribute to the development of a place, you resist and you resist, but when God says go, you see all of a sudden things happen in a different way. Going to Tanzania, specifically to Arusha University, has not been very easy. People say that why have you developed Bugema to this extent, and then you are going for somebody to come and enjoy, and you are going to a place which has dropped completely, which has really dropped completely. It's not a bad place. Arusha, University of Arusha, they have their own infrastructure in place, but compared with Bugema, is very low. Very low. Enrollment, I think, is even less than 1,000 now. And they have problems with the National Council for Education, the TCU, which we are trying to finish all the recommendations. And another thing is that, in fact, the National Council has said that until I report, okay, they will not allow them to take students, new students. Okay, so it is much. There is much to be done. The infrastructure, courses. Some of the courses, the departments have been closed because of lack of teachers. Permanent, regular teachers, not part-time teachers as we have here. And so, with all the hassle and bustle that even the union had to go through to get me, okay, then I saw that there was a big need. For example, in Tanzania, the TCU, that is the Tanzania Commission of University Education, they are the ones who vet the papers of the teachers in the universities.
Yes.
So it's not easy that all the people are here, National Council does not even know them. No, it's not that. They have to vet, so you have to send your papers for vetting. It's a must. So all the teachers must send their papers for vetting, and then they will classify them. You are a lecturer, you are an assistant lecturer. That is from them, not the university council. And so they have gone through a lot. They were, before I could go, they asked for all my credentials. Okay, not the CV. No, not the CV. And I always give thanks to Mr. Mugweno, because I got tired. I said, no, I cannot send all these things through the internet. I don't have the time. And so Manu will just come here, and then I'll give him all the documents. And I'm talking about documents from high school, O levels, to postdoctoral.
High school, which normally never.
Yes, at this age. At this age, because
when you have a few years to retire. I finished
my high school in 1975. See, 1977 was my A levels. I finished my bachelor's in 1985. He said that I finished my PhD in 1992. If the name of the university is changed, Agra, it's now what is it, Baba Dr. Bawa Sahib or something, university. You see, in fact, this is the TTU who said, is Agra the same as this? You see, I didn't even know. And so you see that kind. But I had to get all these. And that is why I always tell people, I always repeat in the Senate, in my all the meetings I have with my teachers, that please keep your documents.
Sure.
Keep your documents. If you don't, one day, one document will knock you off.
That's true.
But I thank God that wherever I've traveled, I carried all these documents from O level. In fact, the first passport that was issued to me, that is that was 1997. That passport is there. All the subsequent passports I've piled them like this, with all the visas inside till the present time. And they were asking for all these.
All these.
You went to US, give us a copy of the visa. You want to India, we need a copy of the visa. Because they have to check whether you really went there to study.
That's true.
And so after everything, and then the union has tried. So I saw how serious they were, or they are, to have me there to also make my contribution. And that is why my wife, we talked about, I said, well, we didn't want to really move. Because we wanted to just from here go to the US straight. Okay, because our son is, they are calling us to be. But I said, no, you go there and then start dozing off. Why can't we contribute a little bit to the place? And so that is why we just want to, because there is a need, and the people feel that my wife and I can put in something.
contribution to meet the need.
With God's help.
That's good.
To meet the God's
And they will welcome you in Swahili. They will say Karibu Tanzania.
Yes.
But let's talk about your exit. If you have a word for Bugema University, as a father who has been with us for a long time, and we call you dad and big brother, what is the message that you leave for Bugema University?
See, I would like to thank everybody. In fact, my dear students, I think many times whenever I decided to go, I looked at the students.
Mm-hmm.
It is just like you are leaving people behind who have no place to go. Mm-hmm. That has crippled my mind for a long time. But I think people are prepared to take care of the place. I don't know what is going to happen, but I wish the place the best. I want to thank you for the days we spent together. Mm-hmm. It has been enriching. I've learned a lot from students, faculty, and staff, the community. It has been very enriching. So what I will leave behind is to support any new administration that is put in place, number one. And also, I want all of you to live in love, unity, and peace. This I leave with the campus. Love, unity, and peace. And if that happens, without segregation, without any push and pull, you can continue to achieve for Bugema. Sure. We have enjoyed our stay here. And we leave Uganda, the shores of Uganda, at peace with all men and women.
Thank you. The Bible says that God starts something and he cannot stop until he takes it to accomplishment. Professor Manu has two favorite verses. I think you can quote them before.
I will. One of my best texts in the Bible is Psalm 37, verse 25, which says, I was young. I mean, to paraphrase it, I was young, but now I am old. But I've never seen a righteous man forsaken or his children begging for bread. And then the second one is Proverbs 3, 5 and 6. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will direct your path. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will direct your path. That is 3, 5, Proverbs 3, 5. These texts have really inspired me to rely on God and to seek after his ways.
Thank you very much.
You will welcome.
We want to really appreciate Professor Patrick Manu and his dear wife. He has been very instrumental. He has done the best he could. One, from my point of view, he has been a man of God, highly interested in the spiritual growth of human resource here. Particularly, he was very much connected to the school here. God used him as he uses any other. He had been very instrumental. He always likes things to be done. We have been praying for him. We have seen great growth in this particular institution, and also the school where we are. God has been very kind, and he has been a very good influence. We would really miss Professor Patrick Manu as he goes. Of course, God as his people, God decided to take him to the place where elsewhere God given a gift as needed and required growth to continue elsewhere. That's why every time, as a prayer warrior with the other colleagues, we have been praying for him that God may take care. But at the same time, since God is taking him to the place, God may replace somebody to continue the institution to grow. So we wish him and the family, their wife, God's blessings. May God bless him. That is our desire, all our faculty, teachers here. We wish you God's rich blessings. Keep on doing and keep on blessing and think about and pray about the School of Theology and Religious Studies of Bugema University. We promise also pray for you. May the good God go with you and cover you by the blood of Jesus. This is our humble message.
Have this opportunity to say something about the Vice Chancellor who's now going away, Professor Patrick Manu. I've been here for a very long time. In fact, he came when I was here, and I appreciate his leadership as an administrator. During his time, I've seen development in all sectors. His determination has been so good. The improvement which is now on the campus has been because of his force. He has been very kind to the students, staff, and everybody. He has been concerned with the life of each and every person on this campus. And also, he has cooperated with everyone, assisting in all ways. We appreciate the development that has been taken by his administration. And we wish him success where he's going, together with his wife, who has been a good friend to many, and more so to the children. Since I'm a lover of children, I know what she has done. It's a big impact to this community, to our children in this area. May the Lord bless him and his wife as he serves wherever he goes.
I take it as an honor and a privilege to say something about Professor Patrick Manu at the time of his departure from Bugema University. I want to believe that of the current staff and faculty of Bugema University, I happen to be among those that have known Professor Patrick and Mrs. Gracia Manu the longest. We met in the year 1997 when I was a student at Spicer Memorial College, now Spicer Adventist University, where I had gone to do my bachelor's degree in theology. And they were professors then, they were our patrons then, and they nurtured us as Africans in the land of India. And when Professor Patrick Manu and Mrs. Manu came over to Bugema University, we welcomed them. I was among them that were there to welcome him, even at the airport, upon his arrival. And it's a privilege that we have worked together with him for this long, serving side by side with him. And it has been a learning experience and also a memorable one when he has taken us from where we were to this level. He's a person who has exhibited great skills in interpersonal and leadership issues that we have been able to grow from where he left us, he found us, to the place where he's found us, where Bugema is never the same again. Personally, we have interacted with Professor Manu on a one-to-one and as a family. I pay credit to him as I glorify the Lord that it was him, not only who put a brick upon me when I was in India, but upon coming over here, he was the person responsible, solely responsible, for sending me over to South Korea for my doctoral program. We supported it from beginning to the very end. And if there is anyone who has immensely contributed to my life, academically, socially, and otherwise, it has been this man, it has been this family. As they exit Bugema, it is my prayer that the Lord will continue to use you, that the Lord will continue to make you a change agent in the people that you will interact with so as to make a difference. May God go with you and may God bless you, knowing that the legacy you have left at Bugema will live forever and ever till eternity. God bless you and thank you.
I have been privileged to be working under 3 regimes. The first one being Professor Semakula, then Pastor Alideki, and then came Professor Manu. And we have been working with Professor Manu since 2007 when he first joined here. And I remember that time when he came, we were struggling for our charter. And he led us to pray hard as we work to prepare various places, various offices, the facility to make sure that we go through the charter. And for sure, it was the first time he came, we worked together, and prayerfully we were able to get our charter in the year 2010, I think. But what I've learned with Professor Manu is that he's a man who pushes things to be done. He can push things to be done, but he himself takes the role of a leader. He'll be leading out there and pulling the rest to come and work with him to accomplish the task. And through his regime, through his leadership, Bugema has really been transformed from one level to another. You can simply see what has been achieved during his regime. I can cite a few examples of projects that have been achieved during his time, including the renovation of all the buildings, the building of the dispensary, the science lab, and many more projects. And for sure, he is a person who can go out there and look also for money, look for donors to make the projects of the university to move. And so he's a visionary leader, a visionary person. We are going to miss him a lot. Let me say, if we were to choose to continue with him, we would rather do that. But as I know, we are all called for a mission. When your work is done in one place, the church will call you to go and do another work somewhere. And now he's going to Arusha University. I know the Arusha University people have got somebody they can rely on. And perhaps by God's grace, he'll be able to push that university to another greater level. I don't know, maybe it could be even more than what he has done here. But he is a father to students. He is a brother to other workers, to his fellow workers, but he is a person who can create and also nurture the young ones, the young leaders, to become strong leaders in the society, or rather in the church as well have been working together. May God bless Professor Manu and the family as you take the new responsibility in Arusha University, and I believe that the good Lord who has been working with you at Bugema University will go with you and will help you to transform that great institution, University of Arusha. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Names are Lumo Marvin, Physical Plant Supervisor. Allow me to thank God for the past 9.5 to 10 years of service here. The years which we have ran up and down with a lot of exercises, with a lot of trials, ups and downs. These 9.5 years, close to 10 years, have been challenged, where we have gone through a lot of, I can call it chap work here and there in the department. And on this note, I am happy to say glory be to God for what we have achieved during this period. Our dad has really worked with us tooth and nail in all our failures, in all our trials, in all our rush hour exercises. And with him being around us, I want to say we have achieved 90% of our goals. With me and my team, we have always run different departments here and there. Physical plant is one, PA system is another, and then supervision of the water pump, the generator services, power services. I want to thank Dad for the time he has always run around with us during day, during night. Indeed, he has always coupled us to unity, which has led us to push some of these cores to excellency. Of course, we run through trials and errors, but at least we are happy. We have always achieved 90% of our goals. We will wish him well, wherever will be, wherever is going to extend the services, and may God work with him ever more and more. Thank you for listening to me.
Bye-bye, Dad.
Congratulations, Dad. Thank you. Student Affairs Department is very, very, very grateful to Professor Patrick Manu. Ever since he came to Bugema University, there's been tremendous change in this department, especially in the area of sports. Bugema was nowhere in the history of sports in this country, but beginning with 2008, when Professor Manu came to this campus, he came with innovations in sports, and we took off. And as I talk now, Bugema is one of the renowned universities in sports in this country. We have won gold medals and what have you. And during his leadership, our students had an opportunity to go overseas to South Korea to participate in the World University Games. And not only that, then we have also been to Taiwan for World University Games under the leadership of Professor Manu. As a department, we want to appreciate your guidance to the department. And during your leadership, your wise leadership, the department has experienced progress in the area of managing student affairs. There's been improvement on the infrastructure, especially Clifford. It was roofed for the betterment of accommodation of our students, and the students are very happy there. And so we will always remember Professor Manu for his parental guidance, for his wise leadership, and in times when we needed advice, he was always available for us to advise us, to support us, and so we thank you so much. We continue to pray for you wherever the Lord is going to take you, and that he will continue to use you mightily, just as he has used you in Bugema. Thank you.
First and foremost, I would like to say some small things. I guess I can't mention all of them, but I have a lot to say about the professor, Patrick Manu. I knew him first when I was in high school, that was in the year 2012. Personally, I admired him from high school, and I ended up coming here to the university. And within the university, we have had a lot being a leader of the university, I've interacted on personal issues, on official issues with him. But I can sum everything to just a single unit, and that I can say a mentor. He has been a mentor in so many aspects. A mentor who is a leader, a mentor who cares about the students, a mentor who cares about what is happening around the society. And so I look at him as a great person. He has guided us, of course. We know that throughout the path of leadership, there's what we call widening the cognitive realms. He has widened my mind. He has widened the spheres of my life. He has changed the way I look at things around the world. Around the world that surrounds me, I see things different, and that is because of him. He has guided us in a number of things, both academically, physically, and mentally. And so he's a great person, of course. An institution like Bugema is going to miss him. Not just a few of the people, but I can say everybody. And that's why commonly here he's called as the dad. People call him the dad because he cares. And so everybody is going to miss him, but we know that in the world it's not always once. We are always moving. We are always moving from place to place. And wherever he's going, definitely at a point in time, we will get an opportunity to meet him again. So we wish him well, and thank you.
Professor Patrick Manu. I mean, I remember being a fresh, new student, naive, straight from high school, and being so far from home, and you can have someone you can call dad is a blessing. That is the blessing that he has given me as a student all the way from Zimbabwe. I remember, there were times, especially in the government, where things were really rough and they were stressful, but he was always there to give us advice. And even though it's hard to say goodbye, goodbyes are special because it means that you have completed something. And for that completion, for helping us grow, for imparting knowledge and wisdom, we want to thank you, Dad. And we're going to miss you, but we understand that in life, there are phases, and this is a phase that we need to go through. We wish you all the best, and we pray that God continues to bless you abundantly beyond anything that you can ever imagine. From the students, from Zimbabweans, thank you, and we bid you farewell. And in my language, I would say, Mufambe Zvakanaka.
Oh yes, Margaret Herbert Charles. I must thank God for the time given to me in this Bugema. I'm the Chief Secretary of Bugema University. I've been here for the last 15 years, and I thank God that during my years I've been here. I'm really very happy to have got my mentor, my advisor, that is Professor Patrick Manu, who came in here in 2008. Immediately when he came, I was very happy with him, and this is the statement he used. He said, yes, I'm really very happy. I'm going to work with you, and I'm going to transform this department of security so that we can become professional soldiers. The time I've been with him, he has been a good mentor. He has been a good advisor, and really, he's going away. It is going to create a lot of, in fact, we are going to miss him because we have been together working as brothers. He liked this department. He has been advising us in one way or another. He's really a parent. At the same time, he's a good pastor. In fact, he has been doing all his things as a pastor. During his stay here, he has left us with a dog section whereby during our time, it was really hard to guard this place minus dog section. So when they came in, we installed that department, and it is really doing very well. I think we shall continue very well with the dog section. And with my staff here, they are really happy because as you can look at them, yes, they are doing a good work and they are doing a good job. All in all, we also introduced morning prayers during this time. We must always conduct morning prayers, morning devotion before we go for our duties, whereby we believe and accept that without God, we cannot protect. If we protect with God, He's the protector, He's our defender, and He's our sustainer. So, I would like to say, to wish Him the best in wherever He will be serving. Serving as He has been serving us. I will just say, God bless Him wherever He will be. Thank you. God bless you. I wish you the best. Thank you.
I know Professor Patrick Manu as a family man who takes us all at Bugema University as a family, and he looks after us as a dad does, and his wife as our mom also takes care of us.
From the day I joined campus, I have known Professor Manu to be a dad, mentor, and spiritual leader. His holistic approach to governing our great university has brought about tremendous growth that we are all grateful for. Today, Bugema is unmatched, unparalleled, and a very conducive study environment. Thank you, Professor Manu. We shall miss you all.
The rain does not recognize anybody as a friend, but it drenches equally. So as our father, Professor Manu, he looks at everybody equally. He's so kind, very loving. He's a man of integrity. I look at him as a hero, inspirer, a dream builder, and a developer. A kind of a father that's going to be missed by the whole entire fraternity of Bugema University and everybody that has known him as well.
I'm Abile Chan. I'm currently the in charge of Bugema University Health Center 3. I started working here in 2019, and my experience working here with Professor Manu has been wonderful. He has been a very good guide to me. He has helped me in various ways. He has been like a father. He has encouraged me in my weakest points. I always approach him, and he has always been there for me. He has actually encouraged me to work with the institution, because as a young person you may have other passions of doing other things and what, but he has been there to guide me in the right way, bringing me closer to the church as well, and that is really something important that I value in life. So his presence has enriched us and the facility as large. Currently our facility, the structure has been complete, because when I started in 2019, some parts were not complete, but as I talk now, the whole structure is complete. That is a great achievement to the health center facility. He has motivated us, the staff, encouraged us to work through all these tough conditions of COVID-19, and he has been there to listen to us and implement everything that we have been requesting, those that are really important for us, and we thank him for that. His going will really be sad for us, but we cannot let him remain here forever. He has to go and also do God's call somewhere else. So we shall miss him, and all we wish him is the best. We pray for God's blessings for him and God's guidance to continue leading him in his work. God bless him and all of us. Thank you.
Dad, one of the things I'll always remember, I myself personally being troublesome to you. I don't know how life would be starting from now onwards. You have always been a good father, not only to me, but to the whole institution. You have been there. You gave a listening ear when we needed an ear to listen to us. You always gave us an advice when we were lost. You always showed us the direction when we had gone wrong. You have been a true father. People might say a lot of weight. For me, I'm out of weight.
Bugema, Professor Patrick Manu, your lifelong friendly. A leader, a teacher, a mentor, beyond description. Daddy, we will miss you so much. Professor, you came in 2008 when Bugema needed a person of your caliber. I know, Papa, you came at the right time, but now you are leaving. We don't know what we can do. It's so hard, oh, it's so difficult to forget your leadership and your love. Professor Manu, we will miss you, Daddy. Your wisdom, knowledge and insight forever will be in our mind. Your legacy will remain. Daddy, Professor Manu, we can never forget the way you make us together. You've strengthened Bugema family, Bugema University. We are one family. Unity, unity. At least you've left a sense of hope and confidence. You've been a practical and a straightforward man. You had a vision, we believed in that vision. We beg you to keep our relationship moving. Internationally you've connected us. In your regime, Bugema got a charter. Yeah, yeah. You've created important friends for Bugema. Now we know Bugema is a center of influence. It will be so difficult, so impossible, students and staff, to forget you. Professor Manu, we will miss you, Daddy. Your wisdom, knowledge and insight forever will be in our mind. Your legacy will remain. If you move around Bugema, you will find Papa. Infrastructure, modern, quality stuff. Oh Papa, academic programs have improved. We thank you, Papa. Oh, for the call to mission, evangelism, dear Ba. Oh, during your time, you started learning centers, Kampala, Arua, Kasese, Mbale. Oh, Bugema is invisible. Thank you, Daddy. Mama Gracia, Mama. Behind every successful man, there is a strong woman. Gracia Manu, we love you. You have been, and you will always be, a unique blessing to Bugema. Happy are those who are going to receive you soon as their mentor, Papa and Mama. God sent you to Bugema. He has used you so faithfully. He's still sending you somewhere. We are sure He will use you again. Daddy, Papa, Professor, we will surely miss you, Daddy. We will miss you. Mama Gracia Manu. Forever will be normal. Papa, Professor, we will surely miss you, Daddy. We will miss you. We can never forget you, Daddy. Your wisdom, knowledge, and insight. Oh, your legacy will remain. We will never forget you.
I thought, where am I going? I looked in the map, I could not see Uganda. Small map maybe. I said, oh my, I could not see the map of Uganda. I could see Kenya, I could see Tanzania, but I could not see Uganda. When we came here, I said, yes, we'll come here. When we came here, the first 3-4 days, I spent in crying. I said, which is this place? I cannot understand. But those 3 days has turned into golden years. 12 months. I was just saying to myself, how did those months even pass away? I failed to understand. I have completely failed to understand. I felt that we came just yesterday, or 2 years ago, but now it has taken so long. And sincerely, I'm happy that I brought my mommy here. Some of you will remember her, and she has only fond memories of Uganda. She said it's a beautiful place. Because people in India, sometimes they have a different concept about Africa in quotes. They said maybe it's very hot, maybe no food. That is the picture they show. But when she came here, she said, plenty food. Bananas are full, this is full, everything is full. And for sure, if you look at my body, you can see that I am fed well. I am very happy. And what I want to say is only thank you. The first person who made me feel so warm here is Daddy Adedichi. How he treated me just changed my concept about Uganda. I do not know what he did. I can remember only one thing, that he bought a bag of Irish. Because that time phones were not common, we could not phone to India much. And so I thought, where am I going? And another thing that made me happy was fene. Oh, can you imagine, I got the fene seeds from India here, thinking there is no fene in Uganda. But when I saw fene, even when I eat now, I think of that time when I brought the fene seeds, and for sure I have enjoyed. If I have to speak, I have enjoyed everything. I do not know what I have not enjoyed. For sure, I don't know who will confuse me to say that I have not enjoyed. And one thing I'm very happy that is, we are not going far. We are still in ECD. When I came from India, it was Southern Asia Division, SUD. I was traveling across the ocean to come to Uganda. But here, if you go by French bus, you will reach Arusha. It is very near. If not for this COVID, I think I would have paid for the Scania bus to come, to take all of us, to go just for a trip. But one day soon, this in quotes, COVID will go away, and one day, I know that the staff and faculty of Bugema University will make a field trip to Arusha. I am offering you, I will not put you in the guest room. I'll put you on the floor in the house. I will not see it, but I'll put you there. I will take care of your fooding and lodging, and maybe one tour. Because you are our children. We did that to many people, even from in Spicer. We told them, come and see us, and they came, and we took care of them. So, don't just stay in Uganda, okay? How many of you are going to promise me? Now I don't have to cry. I brought a big towel, but I'm not going to cry. Because you are going to come and see us. I was very happy when I saw Pastor Emonko's daughter, Annette. I was very happy because I said, hey, before Pastor Emonko sees her, at least for me, I am just near her. I feel like that. So I told Pastor Emonko this morning, we had a short talk. If he has time, maybe he will tell. And please, all of you, do you know which is the tallest mountain in Africa? Which one? Banange. Have you seen Kilimanjaro? No. How is it then? You are in Africa and you haven't seen Kilimanjaro. Please, 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 please. You must sign an agreement with me. That is the love letter I want from you. That you are coming. I'm going to take it. And those especially who come for school practice, just make an excuse. Don't take my job because Madam Bugema said she has a job for me. But those in theology or other fields, Swasa, please, if you come, remember you are coming home. God bless you. Thank you.
These people's eyes have seen, the ears have heard, the hearts of men and women here testify that our BC and Madam Gracia Manu, you have been great father and mother to all of us. You are such people who are uncommon to find. You are peculiar in your own way. This is not to flatter you, but with the sincerity of heart, we know you deserve better. You are a blessing. I cannot say you have been a blessing because you are still a blessing and will continue to be a blessing to all of us. Our sincere accolades are directed to you today. I cannot say that we are saying farewell or bye-bye. I don't want to say that because you continue to stay around. The legacy that you leave behind, we shall always feel your presence here. And since this world is a global village, we'll just feel you everywhere. In whatever we see, we'll be feeling you. And it's, as a matter of connection, it's just a second away. So I can't say bye-bye because you will still remain our dear friends and dear parents. And we shall always seek your guidance, we shall always seek your nurturing wherever possible. May God continue to fare well. May you continue to fare well in God, for God shall be your welfare. God bless you.
And sometimes I'm emotional. I'm not going to say much, but what I've learned from Dr. Professor Manu as a father, he has encouraged me to be an administrator, and he has taught me much. Before I became one, I was a person who used to cry when a problem comes my way. And eventually I will not sort anything with my tears. But he has kept on encouraging me, and for sure by now I will be crying all through. But I thank God and him that I've really grown now, and I learned to sort my problems my own way. And in life, I learned that there is no problem that can't be solved when you are alive and you live in God. So I'd like to thank you very much, Professor Manu, for all the encouragement. So my task here today is to represent the university administration and the Bugema University fraternity to give the family of the Vice Chancellor a gift that we have prepared for them. It is a small gift. We cannot say much. It is just a thank you gift. Everything is in that gift. All the words that you know of in this world are in that gift. It is a small gift, but please allow us. I'll ask them to please come here, Madam, Mama, and I, such that we can present the gift to you. We are sorry to but we are praying that you get the courage. This, we are representing the University fraternity and the administration to give you this gift on this day. We are indeed grateful, and God will reward you the more, as we can't give much, but our hearts are open and we are sincere. Thank you very much. We know where you're going. For us, we don't know, but we pray that God assists you there. Always where there is a beginning, there is an end to a certain area. So we know with the time, we will all meet again. Thank you very much.
It's not easy at all to admit. It's very difficult. It's unbelievable that Professor Manu is leaving Bugema. Professor Patrick Manu, your lifelong friend, a leader, a teacher, a mentor beyond description. Daddy, we will miss you so much. Professor, you came in 2008.